Despite the fact that creators actually getting sued in this present time is relatively a rare thing, if you want to steer clear of all potential copyright issues, then you should 1. Make sure that your viewers get an entirely different experience of the copyrighted material you're using in your video from your video. So if you're using copyrighted material, you need to put your own entirely original spin on it. So your video shouldn't feel like a repost of the original piece of content plus, the odd bit of lazy commentary here and there. Rather, your video should be able to stand on its own 2 feet as its own piece of content. So if your video is you featuring a little bit of copyrighted content, that's fine. But if your video is copyrighted content featuring a little bit of you, then that's generally a lot less fine. Secondly, you should try and always use already published work. So generally, if it hasn't been released by the creators, the initial owners of that copyrighted work, then avoid it like an EA game with microtransactions. So this means that technically things like reporting on game leaks is usually a big no-no. At this current time, I don't know of any creators who have been sued for leaking something, and yes, those game leak videos might get a lot of views, but you have to ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Because from a purely legal standpoint, the answer is probably no. Thirdly, make sure to use the least amount of copyrighted work as possible. Anita says it herself here.
The shorter the better, it will help you, because then you're not taking advantage of using somebody's copyrighted material and benefiting from that. I would advise a client to play it safe and use the least amount as possible of the game when you're commenting on it.